Yeah. But my brother wanted somebody to just drive us because he was afraid he wouldn't find it, you know. Anyway, we very nice, and I thanked him for this is the bus you'll be taking, this and that. So that bus was taking forever, so I went back to him. By this time, there was a bunch of drivers, men. So I went up to him. Can you tell me what time this bus is leaving? Because I wanted to get there during the day, because we started out wee hours in the morning, you know. And he turned around. I talked to you about you like hollering at me. And I says, no sé su cambio, le dijo, pero gracias, you know. He has changed a mood, you know.
Yeah.
He was showing off in front of the other guys, you know. And then we walked away, and we went to a mercado, you know, Smelly Mercado, because they have everything together, you know. And I was tearing, and the man said, what's wrong? I says, men are so rude here. I says, you know. I asked this man, he offered his services to tell me, asked me where I was going. I said we were going we wanted to go to San Juan de los Lagos. And then when I went back to ask him what time would this bus be leaving, because it didn't leave the time he said, you know.
Yeah.
And como un perro me contestó, you know, porque he had an audience. I don't know how I said he had an audience, but you know, I was so hurt, you know, because I don't like to bother people anymore than I have to, you know. And so he says, well, you have to be careful. There's so many different personalities here, you know, modos de la gente. Uno tiene modos de la gente, otros tienen modos de un cualquier perro, you know, whatever, you know. He was very nice. Mal and Izzy just kept looking at me, you know. And then when it was time for it, he goes, Señora, ya es tiempo, for me, you know, get on the bus, it was time. He did, Mal and Izzy and I were the first ones to get on the bus, because he made sure, but I didn't even thank him. I wanted to turn around and kick him because he was behind. But he had hurt my feelings already. Now, I was I've always been kind of sensitive, yet not that sensitive, you know. The older you get, the worse I get, you know. I don't get that sensitive. And you'd ask the police, could you tell me where so-and-so street is? I don't know. They would, they see an American license, forget it, honey.
Mm-hmm.
That's all over Mexico. But there was some mariachis here in Rosita. I used to like to sing with them. And they would ask me to sing with them, you know. So I did. I'm not shy. And so anyway, he had a brother that lived in San Juan de los Lagos. So he gave me the brother's card at the club that he sang. We never went, you know, because we wanted to come back early. But I would have liked to have seen his brother. They were viejos, and they're all men, you know, the mariachis.
You made it though? You made it to the...
Oh yeah. We made it through the church. And then we went to a restaurant there, and I guess we got there kind of late. And the waitress, her boyfriend was waiting for her. He got madder than hell at her because she took us in. And then a few other families, gringos came in after us, you know. And Mel tipped her heavy. $20 is a lot of money in Mexico, you know.
Yeah, especially
yeah.
When did you guys go?
Yeah, but she served us. She ignored her boyfriend. She served it with a lot of patience. She was very nice and everything. So Mal gave her a $20 tip, and then he went tip the cook too. Very nice. The next day she was we went back, and then the boyfriend wasn't there, and she was just as nice as she was, the night before.